Let's look at a couple examples and/or templates. The first one we're going to look at is a blank template. You would fill out the goal and objective information on the left and provide this to whomever is collecting the data. He or she, or you, can store the data virtually each time or on printed paper. The level of mastery criteria column is where the percent accuracy or the blank out of blank trials data would go. The evaluation code column indicates what method you used to collect the data. Generally, a code key can be found on the bottom of the data tracker for quick reference. Another blank example is from Frontline or eSped itself. You can pre-populate the student's goals and objectives into a blank template. This is an example of what it will look like once the program puts in the information. The next example is from the book, The Data Collection Toolkit by Cindy Golden. Whenever the resource is from this book, we have provided you a blank template, instructions on how to use it from the book, and a completed example if possible. These work analysis charts are intended to be printed on mailing labels or even copied and cut out for a small stack. They can be edited using an Adobe program to make them more individualized to your needs. The intent is to track the student's work sample mastery, but also to include what the student needed extra in order to be successful. If it's a label or a sticker, the parent can also see that the student may have made 100% on the worksheet, but use specific accommodations to achieve that. Next, we have another template from the Toolkit book called Academic Progress Monitoring. Let's look at the paper version first. On this one, the teacher would write the goal in the subject area, and as tracking is completed, list each intervention that is used. On the graph, the teacher would write in the data source and date, and then graph the data point. In the completed example below, the math goal tracked 3 objectives. The teacher used a different color for each objective in order to track them separately. The vertical dash line is when an intervention, such as a problem-solving checklist, was introduced. This template allows for easy analyzation of the data. We also have created a Googlefied version of the same concept. You can copy and paste as many red dots as necessary, move the dash intervention line around and/or copy more, and move the green mastery line to where it should be on the graph. Here is a completed example as well. Another example of a general academic data tool is a written expression data tool. This document gives a plethora of ways that writing can be assessed and transferred to data numbers. I'm going to scroll through a little bit of it for you. Finally, another template and example is through the use of Google Forms. Here we have the template and the data collector would input the necessary skills needing to be tracked. Then that person would share it, at least weekly, with the necessary staff.